Hello, this is the Freak Show, coming at you with some weirdness. I uploaded the video of the tattoo gun and stuff. I'm going to show you the root of the basis of all the madness and where it kind of started and what's left. A lot of the stuff in here is about technology and what's being used, this, that, and the other thing. Like I say, I've got all kinds of designs kicking around. The old patent and everything else here. This is one of the many companies I started up. And these are some of the fun things. It's been years since I've looked in this. This is the first time I've looked. Essentially just the madness that I've created into. Articles and stuff, such as what people wanted to know. Like I say, there's a lot of information here about semiconductors and all the different companies I've worked through. Some of the Bible crap that people have been trying to push upon me, so I've given them their feed. Like I say, I've dealt with the Pentagon and all of their other stuff. And a lot of the stuff that's in here is just kind of personal stuff, but it's also the evolution. This is the first tattoo gun I built. It's essentially, I'll try to hold still here. It's essentially a fork with a motor and offset cam. There's nothing to it. This is a future iteration of it. This was one of the first ones, and that was 2002. Okay. But this system has been around since the late 80s. This is the refinement of it. Rotary offset. Alright, so you're seeing what's going on. These are some of the things that are happening. This is the logo, Mark of the Bee Sting system. This is actually, it got out there. I have more of this stuff. How to fill the ink, involvement of the gun and all of the other stuff, such as that. There's some gematria here that people will find interesting. Vaccinations equals 666. Computer equals 666. Santa Claus equals 666, so you know how reliable this is. Satan's seal equals 666. The Book of the Dead, 666. That's the reason this book is called the Book of the Dead. Slaughter, 666. RFID scanner, 666. Monetary, 666. Right? What else do we got here? Gray aliens equal up to 666. Horrors, 666. And this goes on. I keep on running through stuff, but your fallen church equals up to 666. What is the other one here? Monsanto equals 666. Illusion, 666. At first, I thought Benjamin Netanyahu. I tried Netanyahu. It was out by 2 numbers. Or by 12. So I put B in. B is 12. And you get 666. I tried a whole pile of stuff. Some of the organizations, people believe whatever they want. But this is some of the stuff that I worked with. And like I say, you have your barcode scan, and it shows you how these things are done. The evolution led up to this. This is a printed circuit that can be tattooed into the hide on a much smaller basis, but the principles remain the same. And this is part of the system. This is some of the artwork. This is in a tattoo shop. This, if I can get away from the glare, is the tattoo work, the line work from that tattoo gun. So if you can see the difference, if I can angle this right, between the shop guns and my gun. There's a big difference in the quality and line work, would you not say? This is part of the reason why this gun works so well. Some of my artwork. More artwork. Like I say, this guy got the gun and he just went nuts. This is one of my logos I came up with. Like I say, there's a lot of information in here. This is some of the company that I was hooked up with and I was working with. And like I say, a lot of this equipment is still in circulation. Like I say, it shows the 9-volt battery. Some more of my artwork. And just done in pencil, nothing serious. This is one of the oldest tattoos I did that I can track down. This was done back in the late 80s. This is a picture of the gun in operation. The red line is the line that I traced with the tattoo gun. The guy wanted a spider web on his foot, and by the time I got done, he was in some kind of pain, but he thought I was pressing too hard. So he tried it. And, well, like I say, he gave it a try, and it wasn't any better, so he let me finish it off. This is what it looks like. See if I can get this clear off here. This is more or less what the tattoo looks like afterwards. He was sore for a couple of days. Foot's pretty sensitive. And more of the same. This is a motorbike I drew years and years ago. I'm trained at photorealism drawing. This was actually done in color, but yeah, I've got thousands of pieces of artwork. Somewhere down the line I was trained as a commercial artist. I know. It's one of them things. Let's get another motorbike I drew. Another chick that I drew. You'll find a lot of my artwork will have FFF on it. That has special meaning for me. This is one of the... This gun here is a CNC gun out of aluminum block and chromed. And it has a light on it. And this is actually my logo being put on a buddy. Like I say, I can run any color I want through here. There's another photograph with the tattoo with the light gun, with the light on it, which helps break the shadow and makes things easier to see. Very, very revolutionary in the tattoo world. I don't have to dip. It runs on a battery. This is light years ahead of what technology is out there. And like I say, I'm proud to be Canadian and I flash it every chance I get. The internal workings. I have so many more pictures of stuff. And I've got it scattered all over the place. So you're looking at stuff I haven't seen for years. And like I say, I've worked with so many different things. It's pretty straightforward how this does. Find an image you like. This here is a dog with a big bicep. You photocopy it, you make a transfer, and right to whatever size you want. Then you take it and you trace it out on a piece of tracing paper. There's your pattern. Then you basically use Men and Speed stick. There's all kinds of other things. Transfer, solution, whatever. The guys in jail, they just use Men and Speed stick. They rub it on the skin. They transfer it over. They have special pens for doing that. Like I say, people will notice 1919, the Tully Society. They just had their 100th year anniversary here last year. I attended here in Canada. We had a few celebrations, to say the least. A lot of this technology is still being used. The original tattoo guns and stuff were used back in the Crimean Wars for marking the dead bodies. This technology, like IBM, was used by the Nazis to record the tattoos of all the prisoners. And that's how things were done. Like I say, I had it for sale there for a while. And it's charging $200 a gun. A lot of this equipment has been kind of placed out here and there. If people are really interested in wanting to see a video on this, Chat TV, Massnet, Alberta, Dermapen MK2 Chat 6 and 3, Friday, July 18th, 2003. There was actually a video done on this if anybody wants to get digging. Care for the new tattoos. This is the most complete list I could find compared to what the other shops and stuff were giving out. I think mine was a lot more comprehensive. What I was doing was a lot of the people that were involved, they had to get all their own supplies and stuff, right? Just so they knew that it was clean, because it was their stuff. Yes, I might have a few Masonic origins and stuff. I'll discuss that later, at a later date. I don't like to reveal any more than I have to, but I figure I have no choice. I haven't been at a lodge meeting in a long time. I have other allegiances I have to deal with. And they have been, and they will be. Like I say, things are happening at a breakneck speed, and they're forcing me to reveal the stuff that I've done. And I've chose to leave things behind, but apparently that wasn't good enough. So I've decided to speed things up dramatically. The reason why I'm showing you this is so you have an idea of the equipment and stuff is here, there, and everywhere. Like I say, I have laws to forming things. FFF, form follows function. FFF equals 666. All right? If it's the sixth letter, it's F. KISS philosophy. Keep it simple, stupid. You know? The art before pain and suffering. Man before machine. These are all building things that I use, laws that I use for design. They're age-old laws, and I've been using them for a very long time. Once again, if you find any artwork of mine, it'll be marked with a FFF in it. Why? Just for the simple reason, form follows function. This is all part of what I do and how I do it. I don't expect people to understand, and honestly, I don't care. Like the sign says, I don't care. You know? I have many influences, and like I say, welcome to the dark side. People want to know what I do? Now you do. I try to want to keep this short and sweet and to the point, but I want to demonstrate to you that this equipment exists. This tattoo I'm showing you right now with the gun was done on me and that was done, and you can see, still pretty dark. This was done by a buddy of mine that was running a tattoo shop, and this was done over 20 years ago. And there you go. More. This is a tattoo I've done. This is one of the guys I've tattooed. They say it's just a hodgepodge of a lot of stuff. A lot of information here, there, and everywhere. This is one I'm actually amazed. This is done with ultraviolet. Like I say, these guys just bash them out as quick as possible. We get symbols, whatever. This is on a... Well, it's on a Mason. If I have to get down to the brass tacks. These things are happening. Aleister Crowley, huge influence. We've been following certain patterns, 40-year cycles, which are Venetian patterns, which, once again, Venetian cycle, 40-year cycle, every 8 years it moves. These are, like I say, pictures that I've done for years that are here, there, and everywhere. I have release forms. A lot of the shit I have has been through hell and back. But the beautiful thing about going to hell is I do always manage to come back. Tattoo and Helfing Standards. Yakety yak, yak, yak. What else we got here? Files. These are all the lawyers and stuff that I used for patent searches. So, when in doubt, like I say, I've got all the patent searches. All of that. Everything that's been corresponding to my stuff. This is one of the first tattoo guns that was actually made. And this is made by Percy Waters. Back in the day. No, O'Reilly. This is the one was used for marking dead bodies and stuff. This is from 1891. So it's a good run at a time. This is basically the standard tattoo gun system that they're using now. It still dips. Yeah, it's basically a steel paintbrush that hurts like hell. This is another variation of a tattoo gun. This one is from 1894. Fairly simple design, but release forms. Lots of release forms. Letters from all these other people that have used my equipment, and they give their feeling, yakety yak yak, and how this, that, and the other thing. You know, I've had multiple people from different tattoo shops. They give their appraisal. Once again, some more part of the tattoo patents and stuff. And this is from the 1980s. But once again, dipping. This is one of the guns that I worked with, but the length of this guy's using a syringe. This is the only one that even comes close to mine. And he uses a syringe, as you can see. And the length of this thing, well, let me tell you what. It's very long. I reproduced this. All it is a spring load, and it just makes it go back and forth. It's a cam drive action. They're using it now, sort of, but not. It's not a good design. There's another variation of a tattoo gun. All right. This is kind of still what they're using in the shops to this day. Nothing obnoxiously has changed since. Well, this was Pure Sea Waters, and it was. What do we got here? What year is that? 1929. So that was a good long time ago. Once again, not a lot of change in any of the technology. It's pretty much the same. This is probably one of the more recent ones. It's using a rotary motor, but it's offset. And what it does is it kind of pushes it down. It's a cam that pushes it down. It's offset. So as it rotates, it pushes down. And then the spring pulls it back up. These are attachments that go onto the guns and stuff. Once again, nothing really new, just different variations, right? Like this one's a dentist drill, but like I say, I've had assortments of all kinds of equipment come out, and like people have to understand that there were shares, companies, all kinds of agreements made with this. Lawyers involved. Like, was pretty serious. And a lot of this stuff went off with DARPA and the Canadian military. A lot of these agreements, well, a lot of the individuals that are on here that signed in are dead. Out of the 4 of us that formed the company, there's only one, well, 2 left, but the other one, he's not doing well, and he's not going to be long for the world. So there's that. As I say, we've tried to form corporations. We've taken things to levels, and once again, like I say, the cost of doing business with this technology, it's kind of blackballed me. I won't deny it, but we've formed corporations and affidavits on this province of Alberta. All of these things have been done. All right. So this isn't like I got shareholders and they're from all over the world. New Hampshire. And where else we got them from here? Montana. New Hampshire. Brooks. Minnesota. Where else we got? We got them from all over the place here. Regina, Medicine Hat, Redcliffe, 7 persons. All the patent searches, all of that stuff is sitting here. Now, I've had all kinds of people that have tried to get their hands on this, and I've done everything in my power to keep things out of other people's hands. And sometimes it's fallen in the hands of wrong people. These are, like you say, information and stuff that I've sent off for patents and all this other stuff. I have a very long list of all the people that I've tattooed, names, numbers, this, that, and the other thing. One of the few peaceful moments of me and my cat. What are you going to do? Right? The cat from hell. Yeah. Oh yeah, apparently I was a badass at one time. Yeah, I got nailed for, well, some guy hit my boss and I hit him. I broke his itty bitty nose. Oh, jeez, and he had to get stitches. Man, poor boy. Another thing I did, moving on to the madness, gas-powered tattoo gun. Sounds weird, but it works. It was a hit with the bikers. Now, once again, like I say, connections that I have and things that I've done. People believe whatever the hell they want. But the identification program, I've been working on that since 2000. Yeah, it's just totally disturbing. But, back to the show. One of the things I wanted to show you, seeing I got the other book in, I kind of worked on this. And if you can see, they kind of got it up and running. Now, theoretically, when you hold this thing, you hold it like that. It's been designed to sit on the hand such as that. Very comfortable. Even with the battery hanging around. It rests in your hands. You don't have to have... Your arm is holding it more than your fingers. Your fingers just guide it. And that's about it. Now, theoretically... Well, let's see here. I'll just... Oh, there we go. And there she goes. And that is the print head for the Mark of the Beast system. Questions, comments, you know where to put them. Like I say, this stuff will be getting sent back out in the morning. I've done what I've had to do with it. People can believe whatever they want. You just fill that little needle up with ink. That cap comes off. You fill her up with ink right up to the top. And you can do a 20-foot line nonstop. I might piss around if I can find some ink and a rawhide. I might do some tattooing with it here tomorrow. We'll see what I can do. It's just a chunk of leather and some ink. I've got that kicking around too. But, as I've said, it's been just about 25 minutes of me rambling on here. But, I made a promise and I had intentions of keeping it. So everybody knows that I'm on the level with this. You have questions, comments? I am attached an email there. I think if you do a little Googling, it's Kevin Gehring with 2 G's at the back end because, well, somebody else has my name at gmail.com. If you're interested in stuff, we can make deals. I can make photocopies, send them out. I try not to send the data around any more than I have to because I don't really trust anybody. But for all intents and purposes, like I say, this thing will mount into a computer printer. This comes off, or you can cut it in half. But a dot is a dot is a dot. And this is the system. I might have carried on a little bit long tonight, but I hope that I've shown everybody everything. Yes, there's some madness. I'm not that stable of an individual, I get it. But it goes with the art wall. Who's going to tell? You know, have you ever met a St. Ernest? If you have, he's not really good. That's all I can say. So, have a good night. And once again, thumbs up and give me a comment and let me know and talk to you later.